Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do your April the 23rd just for today in a meditation. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. The title of the meditation, let's get into that screen. All right. The title of the meditation is A God of Our Own Understanding. Okay. Many of us understand God to be simply whatever force keeps us clean. That comes from the basic text, page 25. Some of us enter recovery with a working understanding of a higher power. For a lot of us, however, God is a troublesome word. We may doubt the existence of any sort of power greater than ourselves. Or we may remember uncomfortable experiences with religion and shy away from the God stuff. Starting over in recovery means we can start over in our spiritual life too. If we're not comfortable with what we've learned when we were growing up, we can try a different approach to our spirituality. We don't have to understand everything all at once or find the answers to all our questions right away. Sometimes it's enough just to know that other NA members believe and that their beliefs help keep them clean. Just for today, all I have to know right now about my higher power is that it is the power that helps keep me clean. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. What a powerful meditation, a God of our own understanding. And I do feel a need to just preface this with saying that my journey in regards to having a God of my own understanding, I came from a very religious background, very strict, one of the strictest religions that there actually is. And so there are a lot of things that even in my using days, there's still a lot of things that I didn't experience because I always had that religiosity hovering over me. Yeah, did I feel like a hypocrite? Yeah, most times I did. But by the time I got to recovery, I was fed up with religion. I was fed up with the um, unachievable level of sinlessness that I kept striving for, and I could not reach it. And then in not being able to reach it, it seems like I was always having this internal conflict within myself about whether or not I was deserving of God's love. And that's problematic for an individual that suffers from the disease of addiction and suffers from mental illness. And so the depression just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And honestly, even after I got into recovery, there were so many debates that I would have with, and I didn't initiate them, but there were so many debates that I would have with other people in the rooms that wanted to target, right, the religion that I had grown up with. And I felt that that was a disservice to me. I do believe that having a God of one's own understanding is a right to every individual that comes into Narcotics Anonymous. And it's a right that I have here that I don't need to explain my higher power to you. Hopefully you can see that I have one, but it's not important that you even see that. It's not important that you know that. It's not important that you agree with what I believe in. And that is a right, a privilege that I have just like anyone else coming into the rooms. So all that I can really say that I believe would be fair with this meditation is that if you're struggling with it, the God stuff, many people have, and many people are. Many people do. They get past it, and then something comes up that they feel that, their higher power could have prevented, and they become resentful, and they go back to not having a higher power that they're comfortable with. So people fluctuate from one end of the spectrum to the other. So if you find yourself struggling with that, that is very common here. But the part of this meditation that I believe is very important for me to emphasize, I'll try to highlight it if I can here. Starting over in recovery means we can start over in our spiritual life too. There's always space here. There's always room in Narcotics Anonymous for you to explore and discover where you're at on this having a God of your own understanding. And I say that sincerely, and I hope that you sense that if you're struggling, like I said, you're not alone. Many people have and many people do. It is preferable that you get it sorted out, but it's not any of my business if you do or you don't. And usually people that have sorted out, you see a certain pattern in their lives of recovery, right? And people that tend to struggle with it, there usually is a pattern that you can also see. But irregardless to any of that, I know many people that are secular, right? And their recovery, they're able to stay clean and live productive lives. So their understanding works for them. And I just want to encourage you to explore it, not to be fearful of it, and to make sure that your higher power, the God of your own understanding, is something that you believe in, can relate to, and trust. If it's not those, then you may need to tweak it a little bit. You may need to adjust it a little bit in a manner that will allow you to live the life that you want, that is free, right? Happy, joyous, and free. My name is MightyStream. I've enjoyed talking to you today. I hope that you will have a beautiful day on purpose. I intend to, and I will be talking to you tomorrow.